So I'm on my way to meet Robbie and we're going to conduct some tests with this new exoskeleton that is out today. Hey Robbie, are you trying it on? So this is it, is it? Actually doing is lifting my knees up as I walk. Well, welcome to a very different episode of Drone and Phone. We're doing a product test today. I'm wearing a brand new exoskeleton. This one is from a company called Hypershell. What are we going to do with it, Rob?
Well, first of all, you're going to do a hike. After that, I'll do a bike. And then after that, you're going to do a really, really challenging run.
Now, just so that you can compare this, we actually did those things earlier on. Well, not the hike. We did the bike and the run, and we timed ourselves, and then we are going to time ourselves again. So we're not just going to tell you how it feels, but we're also actually going to give you some statistics on how much we improve our times over what we did earlier this morning. Right, let's get to it, Rob. Okay, so we're starting off with the hike and I can already feel it kicking in. It feels like it is producing some help, though it is slipping a little bit on my leg. I think I need to tighten it up on the knee a bit so I get more of the power. But as things stand, it feels quite good. Since I've made those small adjustments, it feels a lot more comfortable now and feels like it's actually doing a lot more work as well. So I guess it is worth spending a bit of time when you get it to set it up and make sure it fits well. Now, it's important for us to say that this video is not sponsored by Hypershell, but they have given us a unit or lent us a unit for us to be able to test it. I don't think we would have had the resources to buy one just for testing. So thanks to Hypershell for doing that, but I do need to stress that the opinions that I'm giving are my opinions and not those that we have been sponsored to say. I have a bad knee, but actually I'm just testing it. I'm just testing it because I want to see how it is.
Would you wear one yourself?
Potentially.
这是怎么样啊？
这个好，
这个好。
这个好翻译，然后翻译。
录音呢。
It's to help you run and walk. What do you think? Think it good or not good?
Good.
Yeah, you think it's good?
So I met a group of hikers and I asked them what they thought of the idea. They were all, I wouldn't say elderly, but they were certainly probably in their 50s and 60s. And surprisingly, they were very positive about it. They thought it was a great idea. They asked the price and didn't feel too put off by the price either. But for them, as I kind of explained how it worked, they thought that might be something that would work well for them. And I'm sure that these exoskeleton companies have very much got these kind of people in mind. I've got to say, when I've been hiking, I've only been hiking 2 or 3 kilometers, so it's difficult to give it a full test. I'd need to go out for the full day with it. But as I have been wearing it, I found that I just got used to it. I forgot it was there. I don't feel exhausted. I did feel a push as I was coming up the hill, but when I was on the flat, I didn't really feel it at all. it just kind of melted into my everyday experience. Now there are a few little quirks with the backpack. It didn't sit quite properly because of the battery on the back, so I had to lift the backpack up. It wasn't a problem today because I don't have a heavy backpack. It might be different if I'm hiking with a whole load of gear, and I've heard that that may be an issue for some of the search and rescue teams. Other than that, it's a big thumbs up for me. It's not something that I've really noticed. As I said, I don't think that I would need one right now, but it's certainly good to know if I have a friend who needs one, or possibly in the future if I start to feel that I need a little bit of that extra boost to be able to do the hikes that I used to do and I still want to do them. So I'm going to hand it over to Robbie. We're going to do some real tests now where we really find out whether it is making any difference at all, because we both went out this morning, early morning. I ran up a hill as fast as I could. He did a segment on the bike as fast as he could. We timed ourselves, and we're going to redo those same segments, this time wearing the exoskeleton, and see if we can go faster. So I'm going to hand over to Robbie for the biking section next, and then you'll come back to me for the running.
Okay, here we go. So I ride e-bikes when I can. They're not legal here in Hong Kong, but these exoskeletons sort of give you a sort of pseudo feel to it. It's not quite having all that torque actually at the pedals, but it certainly gives you some boost to the experience. I would certainly like to see a longer test run done of it in Hong Kong to see if it's a viable option for riders, especially if you've got knee issues. So if you'd like to see something like that, drop a comment down below in the box and we may do a special for that. Right, on we go! Okay, so it takes a bit of while for it to settle down, but once it settles down from pedaling, it stops trying to move you forward, but it takes a good 4 or 5 seconds. Okay, this is the really steep one. Wow, really good. I'm sat down, you can see. Normally I wouldn't want to do that, but this time it's actually pretty good. So I'm going to do one more test. We're coming up to a steepish hill, and halfway up I'm just going to turn off the power. Currently I'm running 3/4 of the total power in eco mode, so it's very comfortable. Bit too much for the flats. Okay, that's in passive mode now. Oh, really feel the difference. Yep, big difference. Yep, last bit. I'm going to turn it back on again now. Here we go. It's slow to kick in, but once it kicks in and you relax in to the cadence, it's actually really good as an alternative. Oh.
Well, it's back to me for the last test. I don't know if you can see the steepness of what I'm going down here. This is what I'm going to be running up, and it's what I ran up this morning. And this time I'm going to have the exoskeleton on. I'm going to compare my times to how I did this morning. Now I have had quite a long day, so I am feeling a little bit tired. Maybe it was a bit fresher this morning, but let's just see, let the experiment run. Now, I'm sure a lot of the followers on this channel are not going to be too happy with this device. I mean, it does potentially mean that you're going to have a lot more people out on the trails, people that maybe shouldn't be there. There's lots of of safety concerns, of course, if the batteries go and these people are a long way from where they should be, and finding it difficult to get back without the exoskeleton, plus they've got to carry that as extra weight as well. So I'm presuming there's going to be a bit of a debate around this. Also, you know, it does get pretty crowded when you get up to Lantau Peak these days, or Sunset Peak. You can imagine what it's going to be like once you have these on the market readily available, and the company that makes them is hoping that this is just going to be another sort of hiking device that you have along with your hiking shoes in your backpack, that everyone will want to have or carry with them. So if that is the case, as I said, we're going to see a lot more people out on the trails. Good thing, bad thing? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Well, that's it for this episode, but we're not going to finish right here. We need to know the scores. How did you do, Robbie?
I got a set a time this morning at 4:05, and then this afternoon I did another trial with the exoskeleton on with 3:51, a 14-second gain.
Okay, so the exoskeleton wins. I'll give you mine in a second. Just a quick question though. You've ridden on an e-bike before. How does this compare with riding on an e-bike?
It's very different feeling. It's not instant power. There's a lot of catching up with the motion.
Yeah.
You don't get the same torque. It's definitely, you've got to relax into what it's doing. It's not like an aggressive.
So if you've got an e-bike, stick with it for the time being.
E-bike, you can do far more aggressive riding. This is like,
yeah,
it's kind of gentrified.
So having said that, if you're in Hong Kong, of course, these are legal as far as we can figure out, whereas the e-bikes may not be.
Big benefit.
Depending on what you're doing. Now, for the running, I did a time of 5:30 this morning to get up that steep hill, and this afternoon I did it in just over 4 minutes, 4:02. So I beat it by a minute and a half using the exoskeleton. So it's clearly quite a lot of benefit, and given the fact that I was a lot more tired this afternoon than I did it this morning. So that's it for this episode. Now we're going to give you links over to our Tech Asia partner, or sister, should I say, brother channel, which has done a lot more sort of in-depth reviews on this exoskeleton. If you want to go into the tech part, it's all there, plus an interview up at the factory where it was made. For now, my name's DJ.
Robbie.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way.
Yes.
And this is Drone and Phone. Now, this is a special notice for James. I did beat you on that segment wearing this. I will take it off, but I'm going to have a bit of fun with you first to make sure you think that I beat you fair and square, but I'll take it off later. If you've got Strava segments and you're using these, please take it off, make it fair.